Every time I work on a film, I learn something. From Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, The Croods, How to Train Your Dragon, and Lilo and Stitch. All those movies, everything I've learned on those is in this film.
Congratulations on your purchase of a Universal Dynamics robot. I am ROZZUM 7134.
I love adventures, I love stories with heroes and villains and all that kind of stuff, but the stuff I always connect with is the smaller, more intimate things, the feelings that these characters are feeling. I was incredibly fortunate enough that this book, The Wild Robot, came along at a perfect time and at the perfect studio.
Ready to receive my first task.
We spoke with Peter Brown, the author, throughout the process.
We had a lot of very meaningful discussions about my approach and reasoning and research that went into writing the novel.
He wrote about this theme, which was kindness can be a survival skill. And it became a real North Star for all of us.
Did you perhaps order a ROZZUM helper robot? Is that a no?
The Wild Robot has just such a genuinely human-centric message that is delivered through the story of a robot.
At the heart of the story, it's about showing up for one another, especially in this day and age. It's a message that cannot be repeated often enough.
We all got one chance to see next spring. Because of her. The thing. The monster.
I was very encouraging of them to experiment and explore character designs, art styles.
The look of the film was really based on the look of the book. It's an illustration where you don't paint every single solitary leaf. It's impressionistic.
Stylistically, we started really pushing different painting styles.
This is beautiful.
We wanted the world, which is set in the forest, and that lends itself into deconstruction artistically really well, right? Because you're not going to draw every leaf or every blade of grass, but you're going to think about things in shape and silhouette and form and make it more stylized and painterly.
We've had these waves of films at DreamWorks, the bad guys, and then Puss in Boots that have helped push us forward. Our take being a little more impressionistic has moved our technology forward again.
We literally have thousands of animals or birds in any given sequence. There's really epic scenes of great natural beauty, as well as intimate scenes that are so powerful and heartfelt.
Find that, woo inside you.
The artists here have outdone themselves.
Chris Sanders is a legend, obviously, in the animation community. What he's a master at is creating incredible movie moments.
He was a hero of mine since I was a kid. I grew up looking at his drawings in The Art of the Lion King, and this was the first time that I got to work with him. And it's on just such a beautiful, emotional story. I got the news that my mom passed away while I was boarding the egg hatches scene. And the project kind of became this place for me to put all the unexpressed love that I have for my mom.
I think this story
Is really a celebration of mother figures. So that is already kind of like an intellectual challenge. How do I play an entity that does not rely on emotion to communicate?
That was one of the main things that I was forensic about as we developed the script.
From a parent's perspective, I had all these emotions that are stirred up in watching the film. As a composer, that got my wheels turning with what we might be able to do for the score.
The musical element in Wild Robot is, in a lot of ways, our heart and soul. I can get a movie halfway there, and it's up to the score to pull us the other 50%.
There were sections where Chris would actually encourage me to write as if there wasn't dialogue so that he could figure out how to take out some of the dialogue. So they really allowed the music to kind of become this character and really lead the emotion in a lot of the places.
Hey, little guy. Fly like you, not like them.
I will.
The migration sequence is really the sequence that kind of cracked the code on the sound of this film. And the first time I wrote it, we talked about the idea of, dropping off your kid at college. And I only imagined the sweet, positive version of it. And Chris reminded me that, this is a moment where not only are they possibly not going to see each other again, but there's also a lot of tension in their relationship right now.
Fantastic. That's the one.
musically, cinematically, acting, the animation, the paintings, the textures, the matte paintings, every environment, every effect. There was just something about this film that inspired people. Everybody brought their best, and again, exceeded, I think, their own art every time.